Hello, thank you for joining with me. Today we are in A Course in Miracles workbook for students, lesson 122 in part 1 of the workbook. Forgiveness offers everything I want. What could you want forgiveness cannot give? Do you want peace? Forgiveness offers it. Do you want happiness, a quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, and a sense of self-worth, and a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world? Do you want care and safety and the warmth of sure protection always? Do you want a quietness that cannot be disturbed, a gentleness that can never be hurt, a deep, abiding comfort and a rest so perfect it can never be upset? All this forgiveness offers you, and more. It sparkles in your eyes as you awake and gives you joy with which to meet the day. It soothes your forehead while you sleep and rests upon your eyelids so you can see no dreams of fear and evil, malice and attack. And when you wake again, it offers you another day of happiness and peace. All this forgiveness offers you, and more. Forgiveness lets the veil be lifted up that hides the face of Christ from those who look with unforgiving eyes upon the world. It lets you recognize the Son of God and clears your memory of all dead thoughts so that remembrance of your Father can arise across the threshold of your mind. What would you want forgiveness cannot give? What gifts but these are worthy to be sought? What fancied value, trivial effect, or transient promise, never to be kept, can hold more hope than what forgiveness brings? Why would you seek an answer other than the answer which will answer everything? Here is the perfect answer given to imperfect questions, meaningless request, half-hearted willingness to hear, and less than halfway diligence and partial trust. Here is the answer. Seek for it no more. You will not find another one instead. God's plan for your salvation cannot change, nor can it fail. Be thankful it remains exactly as He planned it. Changelessly it stands before you, like an open door, with warmth and welcome calling from beyond the doorway, bidding you to enter in and make yourself at home where you belong. Here is the answer. Would you stand outside while all of heaven waits for you within? Forgive and be forgiven. As you give, you will receive. 190. Luke 6:37-8. Forgive and you will be forgiven. Give and it will be given you. The above sentence also seems to be a reworking of, as you sow, so shall you reap, which is a popularized form of Galatians 6:7. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. There is no plan but this for the salvation of the Son of God. Let us today rejoice that this is so, for here we have an answer clear and plain, beyond deceit in its simplicity. All the complexities of the world has spun of fragile cobwebs disappear before the power and the majesty of this extremely simple statement of the truth. I'm going to repeat that sentence. All of the complexities of the world has spun of fragile cobwebs disappear before the power and the majesty of this extremely simple statement of the truth. Here is the answer. Do not turn away in aimless wandering again. Accept salvation now. It is the gift of God and not the world. The world can give no gifts of any value to a mind which has received what God has given as its own. God wills salvation be received today, and that the intricacies of your dreams no longer hide their nothingness from you. Open your eyes today and look upon a happy world of safety and of peace. Forgiveness is the means by which it comes to take the place of hell. In quietness it rises up to greet your open eyes and fill your heart with deep tranquility as ancient truths, forever newly born, arise in your awareness. What you will remember then could never be described, yet your forgiveness offers it to you. Remembering the gifts forgiveness gives, we undertake our practicing today with hope and faith that this will be the day salvation will be ours. Earnestly and gladly will we seek for it today, aware we hold the key within our hands, accepting heaven's answer to the hell we made, but where we would remain no more. Morning and evening do we gladly give a quarter of an hour to the search in which the end of hell is guaranteed. Begin in hopefulness, for we have reached the turning point at which the road becomes far easier. And now the way is short that yet we travel. We are close indeed to the appointed ending of the dream. Sink into happiness as you begin these practice periods, for they hold out the sure reward of questions answered and what your acceptance of the answer brings. Today it will be given you to feel the peace forgiveness offers and the joy the lifting of the veil holds out to you. This practice seems to be a meditation in which, filled with hope, we sink into the treasure house in our minds, the place where gifts of joy and peace that forgiveness gives have been held in store for us since time began. This sounds similar to the meditations in the early hundreds in which we attempt to sink into the happiness that God placed deep within us. And I'll do a separate meditation. If you'll please look for that. It'll be a 15-minute meditation to be used morning and night. Before the light you will receive today, the world will fade until it disappears, and you will see another world arise you have no words to picture. Now we walk directly into the light, and we receive the gifts which have been held in store for us since time began, kept waiting for today. Forgiveness offers everything you want. Today all things you want are given you. Let not your gifts recede throughout the day as you return again to meet a world of shifting change and bleak appearances. Retain your gifts in clear awareness as you see the changeless in the heart of change, the light of truth behind appearances. Be tempted not to let your gifts slip by and drift into forgetfulness, but hold them firmly in your mind by your attempts to think of them at least a minute as each quarter of an hour passes by. Remind yourself how precious are these gifts with this reminder, which has power to hold your gifts in your awareness through the day. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Today I have accepted this as true. Today I have received the gifts of God. And I'm going to read Robert Perry and Alan Watson's commentary on this. Forgiveness offers everything I want. The purpose of this lesson is to feel the peace forgiveness offers and the joy the lifting of the veil holds out to you. So we're going to have a morning and evening practice for 15 minutes each. Sink into the place in your mind where the gifts of forgiveness abide. Try to experience the happiness, peace, and joy that forgiveness offers you. Seek that place in you earnestly and with gladness and hope. This practice seems to be an example of workbook meditation. It seems very similar to the practice in the early hundreds, where you quieted your mind and tried to experience the happiness and joy that God placed deep within you. You probably should begin by repeating the idea for the day and then use that from time to time to pull your mind back from wandering. Approach these practice periods filled with hope because you have reached a crucial turning point in your journey. After this, the road will be much smoother and easier. Practice earnestly and gladly with confidence that today salvation can be yours. So frequent reminders every 15 minutes for at least 1 minute. Say, forgiveness offers everything I want. Today I have accepted this as true. Today I have received, Today I have received the gifts of God. These shorter practice periods are obviously extremely important every 15 minutes. Practicing at least a minute 4 times an hour is no small feat for most of us. The purpose of these shorter practice periods is to keep in our minds the gifts we accepted in the morning practice. Those gifts will fade away unless we renew them throughout each hour. I suggest repeating these lines as a genuine, heartfelt dedication to accepting the truth of today's idea. When repeating these lines, you may want to make them specific. Forgiving, fill in a name, offers everything I want, happiness, peace, safety, etc. This day, today, it will be a Tuesday. I have accepted this as true. May 2nd, I have received the gifts of God. There is a phrase near the end of this lesson that never fails to stand out to me being Alan Watson. It speaks of how forgiveness enables me to see the changeless in the heart of change. For me, this phrase has become a whole other way to look at what forgiveness is. Behind every appearance lies something that does not change. Appearances change, and rapidly. This is true both physically and in more subtle perceptions. But the spirit within us does not change, having been created by the eternal. Forgiveness is a way of looking past the appearances to the unchanging reality. It disregards the temporary picture of the ego's mistakes and sees the Son of God. As Mother Teresa said of each one she helped, we see Christ in his distressing disguises. Forgiveness lets the veil be lifted up that hides the face of Christ from those who look with unforgiving eyes upon the world. Forgiveness is giving up all the reasons we have built up for withholding love. The veil of all our judgments is lifted, and we behold something marvelous, something wonderful, something indescribable. What you will remember then can never be described, so I won't try. When forgiveness has removed the blocks to our awareness of love's presence, we see love everywhere. Love is unchanging and unchangeable. There is no wonder then that forgiveness offers everything we want, bringing peace, happiness, quietness, certainty, and a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world. When you see the changeless in the heart of change, distress drains right out of your heart because there is no reason for it. Why are our moods and feelings such a problem to us? Because we identify with them, because as the moods and feelings change, we believe we have changed. The Course is teaching us to learn to identify with something beyond change, with the mind of Christ within ourselves that never changes and never will. Here is a very simple rule of thumb. What changes is not me. Myself is unchanged, unchanging, and unchangeable. This is starting to take better shape in my mind as I begin to see that forgiveness is simply to see the changeless in the heart of change. It is to recognize that the only thing that needs to be changed is the thought that it is possible to change the mind of the Son of God. It is to realize that all my ego thoughts have changed nothing, and all my brother's ego thoughts also change nothing. It is to realize that what is changeable is not me, to cease to identify with that which changes. and to cease to believe that my brother is my changing perceptions of him. Forgiveness means looking beyond what is changeable to that which is changeless. Our pain from identifying with the ephemeral, our peace comes from identifying with the eternal. Nothing that changes is created by God. Nothing that changes is really me. What is changeable is threatened by change, and nothing real can be threatened. Therefore, nothing that changes is real. All that changes is nothing but a passing landmark on the journey to the eternal. It is nothing to be held on to. Think of a line of stones by which you cross a creek. You do not cling to each stone as you pass it. You appreciate its value in moving you toward the other side, but you do not lament its passing. Your goal is the other side. That is the only value of things in this world, things which include our bodies and the bodies of our loved ones, as well as material things or even concepts in our thought system. Changing things are to be valued only as stepping stones to that which is eternal, to be gently released as we take the next step toward the changeless, which is always with us, always the reality of our being, even as we appear to journey towards it. Thank you for joining with me, and I'll do a separate 15-minute meditation for morning and evening if you care to join me. Lesson 122. Forgiveness offers everything I want. I love you.